you know?
Yeah.
So, and I just can't deal with much of that shit, you know? I'm happy being alone, at least for right now. Who's to say that it's going to change a year from now? But I know right now it's just like, I don't need anyone. Maybe when I get older, when I'm like 40 and my kids are older, I don't know. I still don't know. I know what I want. So it's just like, when I meet a guy, you know, I start crossing shit off my list. Or they're acting like this. And I
Yeah.
put up with it. Or they club a lot. I might be able to put up with their club, or if they're into their friends, I might be able to put up with, you know? So it's just like, cross it out. It's not about playing games. Guys may see us playing games, they might think I'm playing hard to get, but it's like, no, I'm really not playing hard to get. I really don't.
Because they don't know you, you know, they don't know.
Yeah. Well, you can kind of get, you know me, because that Persian guy that I was talking to, like, he read me, like, well, he was really educated. Like, had his bachelor's, he was in psychology classes, so he was calling out everything on how I was acting.
Like,
the first night.
like.
So he was like, oh, I see that you're like this, and he's like, you have a certain coldness to you. He's like, you don't even have to open your mouth, just the way that you look at people, kind of intimidating.
Yeah.
He's like, because I know I'm this shit.
You are
I'm
bad.
like, I'm always ready. But yeah, so that's what I have, that's what made me like him. But his mind, he was so smart. Like, he could read me. Like, he was able to read me.
I can read you.
No, you can't.
I can read all of you.
Off the bat, just the way
But it seems like you're like all up in his dick. Like.
He had a mind on him.
Yeah, but he was a fucking, he was a douchebag.
Well, I'm not talking to him now, am I? No. I just did that. He didn't like it. But he knew what he had. He knew he was stable. He knew he had money. He knew he was a smart guy. But you can't be an asshole.
Yeah, true.
You can't be an asshole, because I'm a bitch to a scary.
You could be a bigger asshole. They just don't know.
I'm a caring bitch. Like, I care. At the end of the day, like, I'll show you that I care. Like, I'll be like, oh, it's not working out. He was a straight up asshole. He didn't give a fuck.
But you said he was so nice at the beginning. Like, you said he was so nice, like, at the beginning.
Yeah, but then when he started not doing what he wanted, he became aggressive.
Oh.
And that's how you can.
Yeah, you read it because you knew. You were like, there's only two ways that it's gonna work. You said, he either wants you for your pussy, or just the way that he was raised. That's how he is. And I'm like, and you said that.
Combination of those things. When men are aggressive like that, we're not. One thing I can tell about a person is when you ask them about their family, how they were brought up. And one thing he said was his parents were married for a long time. So when they say that their parents are married for a long time, you already know that they don't have no problem being committed in a relationship. They're not going to be afraid of commitment. His parents were married for 28 years.
How do you know? I mean, he might have lied about it though.
Then you tell about his culture. He's Persian. Persian Indian people, they're women. They're possessive about their women. You know, they have to cover their faces and that. So from what I know of Indian, Persian, Afghanistan men, that once they fall in love with a woman, they're going to be loyal. So based on his story, it was falling in line. But when I asked him why did his man get a divorce,
What do you say?
he kind of just seemed embarrassed.
Oh.
He took his drink, and he said, because my dad was hitting on my mom.
His dad what?
Was hitting him.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah. So off the bat, there's a percentage. There's like 70% of men who they would see their parent, their dad, because the dad is supposed to be a role model, hit the mom. They're either possessive, aggressive. They end up hitting the woman, treating the woman like shit. So automatically, and I've known this because I've been in relationships like that. I've known this. I've been with men, broken home. I've been in 3 serious relationships. Each story was different. And most of the guys, I can say how they were, and I noticed because, like, I worked a lot with people whenever I was younger, like I did, nursing and stuff like that. Not nursing, but what is it called? I just know this shit.
Like home care or something?
Whenever I was going, home health aid, and just working with people and hearing their stories, that it's just, I just know. So then, when he told me that, I was like, okay, he's gonna be a aggressive man, because I could know most of my actions and my story, because I was asking a lot of questions about him too, and so when I would do little things for him, I would clean the table, and then I would, clean his table for him, and I would, when I would drink out of the cup, I would wash it. These little things he could pick up right off. He'd be like, man, you're a really caring person. Like, he would call out everything that I was doing, and he's like, wow, you're a really loyal person. He's like, I can see that, whatever. So then I started saying, well, okay, he's going to do that to me. I'm going to, ask him questions. So when he told me that, I was like, okay. So the second time we met up, and things that I would say, he had a problem with me in my aggressiveness, because I would talk over him. I would say something, where I was like, I'm not going to do it, you do it first. And he was like, man, you're very demanding, you're very controlling. And I was like, yeah, you have a problem with it? I was like, I've gotten far off the line of that. And I was like, he's like, why? He's like, what made you this way? How? Like, he was curious. He's like, why? Why are you like this? And so I would tell him, I'm the third oldest in my family, and so I would let him know, why. Why? I said it just comes naturally to be the way that I am. And he's like, you're very motherly. And I was like, yeah, because he was calling out everything. And so then I started calling out his bullshit. Like, you're so full of shit. But I wasn't saying it like him, because I could tell that he was intimidated by my aggressiveness. And so whatever I would do, he would try to do over me.
Oh, okay.
We were going to bump heads. Yeah, so that's how I knew we would bump heads. Like, the way he would grab me. From the first time he would grab me, it was light, because he didn't know me. The second and third time I saw him, it was more aggressive. Like, he would squeeze my arm to kind of get the point, and I was like, okay, now I know why he's single. Because of how he is.
Yeah.
And just seeing him at the club, seeing how he would see women and treat them, like, just very, I started picking things out. Like, he's going to be alone. There's no one who's going to put up with this shit. And sure enough, I think that's whenever I piqued his interest, because he's seen I wasn't putting up with it. And so now he can't let me go.
Yeah, because you didn't put up with this bullshit.
I don't fuck him up.
Yeah, and you love doing that.
Huh?
So you like making people like be like you're not what you think you are.
No, I know who I am.
Yeah.
But I think then, and I talked about this to that guy, the mortgage guy or whatever.
Yeah.
I was talking to, because at first he was just like, he was noticing too, and he's like, I see that you're very dedicated. And I was like, yeah, why not? Just like shit, like stuff I would tell him. He would write, LOL, and he was just like, hey girl, and I was like, hell yeah. And then and I told him, I was like, most men are intimidated by it. And he's like, not me. And he's like, I said, well, you're the first guy. But he's been in the Marines. And so it's different, because he learned respect. When you're in the Marines, you have to learn to listen to others. And you meet new people, they become your family. And it's like, they discipline you. So he's very disciplined.
Yeah.
And that's why we're getting along. And he started texting me every day. And we would text like from day to night till 11 o'clock at night. I was like, okay, I'm going to bed. It was nice entertaining me all day. But he's just like, he thinks I'm a cool person. He's like, I like it. He's like, I can't wait to meet you. I was like, oh yeah, you're gonna have a hoot. I'll take you out for drinks.
Yeah. Well.
It's fun meeting new people and seeing, because then when you start meeting new people, kind of like dating, but it's not dating, because I don't sleep with them, I don't kiss them, or show affection.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't. At all. Like, you don't even make moves or nothing.
I don't. And people, guys, they say that. They're like,
yeah.
I mean,
But you're old school. Like, you're just like
Like, yeah, I didn't know going on a date and I was gonna fuck you the same night.
well, that's I guess I mean that's how guys are now. I mean, it's like.
Yeah, oh no, I know. That's because then you hear the saying where, how do you know? How am I gonna know you're gonna be good in bed if I want to be in bed? The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Give it a couple more dates at least. Or something. You know, you can't just jump in that. It's not like they expect it, and it's just not guys. Girls do it too. Like my friend, she does it too, and she'll like say this guy's dick was too small. Ew, I'm like.
What?
Yeah, she's like, I can't do it. She's like, this guy's sex was so boring. She texts me. She's like, I feel like it was a waste of my time.
Oh my god, I didn't know. See, it's funny that I hear that because I know guys talk about it. Guys are like that. Like, man, this bitch pussy was.
Like,
You know. I know. Now I know. Now I know.
I was like, shit, I call this shit out, like, because I know I don't have no titties. So I'll tell a guy, shit, like, this guy, like, the other weekend, whenever we were, last weekend, shit, had that after party or whatever at the townhome, I guess my boobs look big, because I have on a bra that makes your bra cheeks cut size bigger, and so my boobs are looking kind of, you know, and so the guy, I guess, felt the need when we were dancing, he went and grabbed my boobs. Like, what the
He
fuck
what?
I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it though, because my bra is
What?
it's like double padded. So he went to turn me around and kind of thought he was slick and grabbed onto my boob.
Oh.
But he said, is that a Tempur-Pedic bra? I was like, and then this is a townhome full of people and like other girls there, and I laughed. I said, nigga, you actually thought I had boobs? I was like, I have no titties whatsoever. And everyone busted out laughing. I said, shit, this shit's padded. Like, I kind of made it a joke of myself, you know? I was like, shit, I was like, fuck it, I have no fucking tits. I was like, okay, I said, you want to grab onto the Tempur-Pedic all night long? You can, but I guarantee you ain't feeling on shit. And my friend was laughing. She's like, I don't have titties either. So we made a big laugh out of it, you know? Because he thought he was going to embarrass me, and it wasn't even embarrassing because I was like, shit, I don't have no titties. Because whenever you know, that's one of the things I say about a guy, like, if I know it's going to go far, like, hold up, these aren't real. Like, what the fuck? Like, these girls, I'm padded. Just know that when I take off my clothes, there are no titties there. Because, like, I don't, you know, like, guys do talk about shit, you know, and girls do too. Girls like, oh, he had a small dick. Yeah, I have no titties, so what? You know, I have a nice ass, so, I mean, because I already know a guy's going to talk about it, you know, and so I'm like, no, I don't have no titties, so what? And I kind of make a joke out of it, and it's like, wow, you know, I'm like, I told that guy, because I looked at his shows, and was like, shit, you look like you have bigger titties than me, and I started, you know, I squeezed it, and he's like, what the fuck? And I started laughing, he's like, oh my god, he's like, stop already. I was like, no. I was like, because I'm not going to let him fucking make fun of my boobs, you know, my bra. And I don't have no kids. You know, like, but I don't know, but we had fun over it. So, yeah, girls do talk about it. They do. So I'm not like that because I don't want, you know, because I see how females are. So I don't want to say, oh, so treats me is good, and then them go after it, you know?
Yeah.
Or, you know, when I see the guy, oh, he has a big dick, or he has this, like, you know, females are like that. But she told me, like, it's like boring. I was like, oh my god, don't get crazy. The guy, yeah, dating is like that. So I don't date, I just go out and say it's a friend, we're hanging out, and then I read how they are. I'm like, no. So I leave with nothing, I don't lose nothing, I don't lose my self-respect or anything.
Yeah, it's true. Which is good. You still have.
And I can't say nothing bad about me, you know? Like I told that guy, I said when I walk away with my hands clean at the end of the day. You can't say nothing because I didn't sleep with you, I didn't kiss you, I didn't make a
Yeah, you don't owe him in. Yeah.
for your money. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when